Here's how a little bit of DIY and a basic tool set can save you a whole bunch of time and money. So my kid's guest bath, the kid was trying to take a shower last night, water wouldn't turn off, and I had to turn off the water to the entire house. So I called the landlord, asked to send a plumber out, got a number to call with a reference number. I've called the plumber several times, no call back. I left a message, they never called me back. So the house has been without water for about 12 hours. So I just went ahead and took it apart myself. I needed 3 tools for this. It's an Allen key for the set screw that holds the handle on. Set screw goes right in there. So it's like upside down. Just take the Allen key and remove that. Needed a screwdriver and a pair of channel locks to pull this cartridge out. So the cartridge goes in here like so, but all the way in. Obviously I'm not going to put this old one all the way back in. So use the channel locks. It was in there really tight, and what happened was, you can see on this side there's a rubber seal. This seal was broken, so when I was pulling it out, it was kind of bunched up in there. I was kind of, using the channel locks here, trying to wiggle it and pull it out at the same time. It's kind of a pain to get out, but I got it. And then, looking up this part number, this is the Moen 1222. There's also another part. So this one's like $57 at Home Depot. There's another one that's made by Delco, I think. It's like 38 bucks. Same kind of design and everything. One of the biggest reasons I didn't get it was, so this one has an identifier on the top, this H and C for the hot and cold water. That other one doesn't have that. I'm sure there's instructions on which way to do it. This is just easier. It's like 20 bucks more. So just went ahead and got this. Hopefully the landlord will reimburse me for it anyway. But I just went ahead and did this myself because we've been out of water for 12 hours and I don't feel like waiting on the plumber anymore. So essentially all I'm going to do is got the old one out, got the new one right here. The new one comes with, you can kind of see it down there, some lubrication. You're just going to put the lubrication on all the rubber, slide it back in, put the the little retaining ring thing that goes in this slot here, put that back in, and should be able to just reassemble it. It's like 3 screws and then a set screw, so see how it goes. All right, so you can see the installation instructions here. Apply lubricant to the cartridge oval on both sides. Don't rotate it. You're just going to slide it straight in, hot and cold up top. And you see this little retaining pin here to hold the cartridge in. So that is this guy right here that came out. It was holding the old one in, came out right here. Luckily mine sticks out from the wall away, so it wasn't a big deal, but I mean, I would imagine if your assembly is inside the wall, this is a bit more of a pain to get out. You just probably want to be really careful not to drop that in the wall, because the new cartridge for some reason doesn't come with another one. I guess that might come with this assembly here, but those might be hard to find. One thing I forgot to mention is when this rubber broke off here, it left about half of it in the assembly down in there. So I used to use my flashlight to look in there, get that last piece out, and then make sure everything else is clear. So then I can go ahead and put this new one in. So I'm only using one hand, holding my phone with the other. So I'm gonna lube this up and then go from there. All right, got these all lubed up, hot cold on top. Just gonna slide in there. Oh, goes in much easier than the other one came out. I don't know if I just got that. I was focused on the cartridge. All right, so that's slid in there. It's flush. Then just gonna take this retaining clip here, and that just goes in. Oh, I missed. Let's see. Sorry for the terrible camera work here. Trying to focus on the cartridge. All right, so it's not really want to go down into the bottom, so I'm gonna have to, I think, use both hands here to use my needle nose to push that bottom part in. So what's happening is like this bottom, that pointy part right there is catching on the lip. So I gotta put my phone down so I can use two hands so that I can use my screwdriver to push that into the lip there and then be able to push, finish pushing this retaining ring in. All right, so I got that in. This wasn't lined up like perfectly into that groove. I had to like rotate it like maybe a millimeter or something, and then just use my needle nose pliers to push on both sides of that while I push this retaining clip down there. So now that's all set in. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go turn the water on and then make sure that I can turn it on and off from here. All right, so the water's back on. This guy works. Not only does it work, this thing turns like butter. It's nice, way nicer than that other one that was in there. So all that's left to do is reassemble this guy. I'll show you how we do that. So you got this collar piece. This guy's gonna slide on first. I don't know that there's an actual way that this is supposed to go on, but I mean, this side with like the mineral deposit buildup was on the outside before, so I'm just gonna keep that like it was. All right, so get that on there. You got the face plate that goes on there. Then you got these long screws. So two of these long screws. One there, one there. Just kind of gotta feel where it threads in. And these are long enough too, you can pull the face plate back and then like see where the screw goes in. So if you want to do that, you could do, you know, you could do it like this and then look down in there, get the thread started. And then once that's like threaded in there, then you can push your faceplate back. And then I didn't feel like getting my drill out, but these are long enough. You might, if you have a drill, do that, but I just got this screwdriver, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my phone down and screw these very long screws all the way in. All right, so next up, one thing, this came with the cartridge. I'm not actually sure what this is. I'm not a plumber, so you know, it might be to help remove the old cartridge or something, but I just pulled the old cartridge out to take to the store with me so that I could make sure I got the right part. So yeah, I don't need that. I'm just reusing the old plastic hardware that came with it, or that was on my faucet before. So after you get this sleeve on and the back plate, then you got this little like stopper here that goes on, and then this guy. Yeah, so this is all like working perfectly. So the manual, the instructions show you how to like set the temperature limit and all that stuff. But and you see like here 3C, got like, that's like essentially these guys here, the white and black part. But like I said, this thing was already in service and being used, so I'm just putting the hardware exactly back how it was. so not too difficult. So now that I've, you know, put those two pieces on, this screw just bolts this onto the cartridge. So go ahead and install that screw. And I'll go, all right, so that screws back in there, and it's insane how easy this thing is to just turn on and off now. Crazy, the difference. Honestly, I mean, this is a rental house, so I'm not gonna do it, but you know, if I owned my house, I would, as soon as these you know, handles and cartridges started getting just a little difficult to turn, and you know, it's obviously they're going downhill, I would probably just preemptively replace these from now on. So the last part, don't even need my screwdriver anymore. Just need this Allen key. Got my set screw there. So this guy's gonna just slide on. It just slides on right there. Then you're gonna have your set screw that holds it up under here. Or not, oh, here we go. So the hole's right there. So it's gonna go, set screw is just gonna hold it in right there so that you can rotate it via the handle. So again, using one hand to hold my phone. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this Allen key down here to put the set screw up in there, and easy peasy. All right, so got the set screw on there, holding this guy on, and it's super simple to, or super easy to turn on and off now. And now got water to the rest of the house. So yeah, 50 bucks. What time is it? So, I mean, with traveling to the store and everything from this morning, this maybe took me an hour and 15 minutes. I mean, like I said, this is a set screw, 3 screws, and, you know, a little bit of, I guess a little bit of elbow grease to get that old cartridge out, but it's pretty easy swap.